Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I have another video for my minimalism series, and this one is about how to find your why. I know that a lot of times when you're starting a new project or really anything new, a new habit, people always say like, oh, well, find out your why and that will keep you motivated to keep going. But a lot of times people don't even know what that even means, or they don't even know how to figure that out. Why would I figure out a why? I just want to give you some of the questions that I ask myself before I'm doing something, and with all of these questions, all the answers together kind of determine my whole entire why as to why I want to become a minimalist or why I want to do whatever it is in my life. And so let's get started with the questions that you can ask yourself. Now, a good thing to do would be to write these questions down on an actual piece of paper or in a notebook or wherever you like to do it, on your phone, and actually answer them. And this would definitely help you, especially if you are a beginner and you're trying to figure out why you even want to become a minimalist. Let's go ahead and get started. The number one question I ask myself is, why do I want to become a minimalist? You definitely want to ask yourself this, because just because it might be trendy or all your friends are doing it or your sister's doing it or whatever it is, you don't have to become a minimalist. If you are the kind of person you just love every single thing that you have, you're perfectly happy with all of the items in your household, or you're perfectly happy with your life the way it is, then you don't have to become a minimalist. So this is kind of like the very first question, because if you are just becoming a minimalist because somebody else wants you to, or you're just decluttering because, everyone declutters in January, but you're actually perfectly happy with how you are, definitely ask yourself this. Why do you want to become a minimalist? Do you? If you don't, then guess what? You probably don't even have to answer the rest of the questions. Number two is, why do you want to declutter? Decluttering and being a minimalist, to me, are two different kinds of things. Being a minimalist means that you only want to have the objects in your life that you use every day or that you really love, and you don't want your house filled with just a lot of things that don't really make you happy. For me, if I have too many items in my house, it almost ruins my mood. Don't feel organized. And with decluttering, it's a little bit different, because you can declutter a room without being a minimalist. So for instance, say your garage is just filled with just all this kind of stuff, and you declutter your garage, that doesn't make you a minimalist. That just made you kind of get rid of some things in a specific room that you weren't using. You can still have a lot of items, but you were just kind of organizing it. So for me, that's decluttering. So the second question was, why do you even want to declutter? So if that's something that you want to do, write down why you want to declutter. If it's because you want to be more organized, that's great. If it's because your sister's doing it, do you think that's a good thing? Number three, why do you want to have less stuff? So a lot of times with decluttering, that might mean that you want to have less stuff, and really ask yourself that. Why do you want to have less items? What other things could you do if you did have less items? The fourth question kind of goes along with the last question, which, why do you want to have less items? The fourth question is, why do you want to have more of a specific, whatever your answer kind of was for your less items? So why do you want to have more time, or why do you want to have more money? Anything like that. Why do you want to have more experiences, or why do you want to have more space? So a lot of times the motive of getting rid of said items or decluttering, you can either sell those items to get more money, or not purchase items, and that also will save you money. And you might want to use that for a trip, or maybe to buy one specific item that you've really wanted for a really long time and is going to last you for a really long time. So kind of ask yourself those questions of, why do you want to get rid of stuff? Does that make you want to have more of something else? If you have less items to clean, you might have more time to spend with your family. Now, these next questions might not pertain to everybody, but sometimes these emotions pertain to myself when I am decluttering or organizing or minimalizing. And so number 5 is, why are you sad? Now for me, if I just have so much stuff and I have nowhere to put it, or my house just feels dirty, it kind of does make me, I mean, not like sad, like I'm gonna cry, but it just makes me not as happy because I feel like my house isn't organized. It's not, you know, ready to go. And that really, you know, resonates with me. I'm not sure if it's the same with you guys watching, but you gotta ask yourself, like, is, you know, my closet that's too big and I have too many clothes that don't fit and I put them on and, you know, then I realize that I'm not, you know, in the size that I want to be, like, does that make you sad? Would it make you happier to only have the clothes in your closet that actually fit, or only have clothes in your closet that you actually love to wear? Number 6 is, why are you stressed? So again, when my house is just chock full of stuff, like right now we're in the middle of moving, I don't feel I kind of feel a little like stressed because it's like, oh, well, you know, I can't really clean the stuff because there's stuff in the way. And so I'll be happy after we move, you know, I can kind of reorganize everything again. But you really have to ask yourself, like, is the stuff that you have in your house, is that stressing you out? And that would definitely be a great answer for why you want to declutter, or why you want to become a minimalist. Number 7, why are you happy, or what would make you happy? So what could you do to make yourself happy? If getting rid of the clothes that don't fit, that might make you happy. To get rid of or sell maybe some of your kids' toys might be able to, you know, you could put money into a vacation or a trip or even a museum membership, whereas it's not a physical thing that you're like tripping over all the time that stresses you out, but you actually get to go and do a fun thing with your children. And then the last one, and I do feel like this is kind of important to kind of understand like how far you want to get into these goals, is to picture yourself with your decluttering finished. What does that look like? And so if you just want to declutter a few things, then write that down. You know, oh, maybe you want the garage to look a little better, or maybe, you know, the kids' toy room, you just need to kind of go through it and get rid of the toys that aren't for their age anymore. Or if you are just really unhappy with how your house is and you really want to, you know, go through everything, write down by each room what you want to be decluttered. Like, what do you want to have left? So in your room, you know, you only want to have the pieces of clothing that fit and you just love wearing. You only want to have the bed that you sleep in and the nightstands that you use all the time to put your books on. Or you only want to have one dresser because having 2 dressers, you know, it doesn't quite fit and you just can't get around everything. So really ask yourself just what you want the future to look like with all your decluttering. So that is all the 8 questions to ask yourself to figure out your why. This is the big picture. This is the, you know, sheet of paper that you want to keep so that you can look back on anytime that you are getting overwhelmed with your decluttering. This is why you are minimalizing. This whole entire, like, these are your reasons. This is why you want to be happy. This is why you want to have more time. This is why you don't want to be stressed out. So definitely look at those questions every day or whenever you need the motivation. And I hope that you continue watching my minimalism series for beginners. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like this video. And thank you for watching. Bye.